a 10-week series talking to you guys about mental strength, right? Because I'm going to be very open and transparent and honest with you and tell you that in my life currently, which is basically a war zone of just shit, pardon my language, but it is, right? I need this as much as I need to share it with you. Because as we know, life does not always go like we want it to go, right? Sometimes stuff starts bombarding you from every different angle, and you think to yourself, like, I cannot do this, right? Like, I am flipping out, right? So what do you do when that happens?
Drink.
Well, okay. It's actually one of the things to avoid. Just to be very clear, it was, yeah, whew, no, don't do that. Maybe just one. You can have a margarita or something. So I'm going to talk to you guys today about one of the things that you can do to help with your mental strength. But I wanted to talk to you about this morning specifically because I had a morning in which, honestly, after about 45 minutes of being awake, I wanted to get back in bed in the fetal position and cry, right? Like that's what I wanted. So on Mondays are always like a little bit stressful because I come and talk to you guys and I feel like I have to look pretty because I'm going to be on live TV, right? I mean, in my head it's live TV. We know it's closed captioning, whatever, it's fine. So I get real excited. So on Mondays, I know that I've got to get up a little bit early. Not a problem. I get up early to avoid my 3-year-old. His name is Dutch. He's a terror sometimes, right? He's beautiful, and I love him, but once he's awake, by God, your attention is going to be on him or he will force that issue, right? So this morning, the alarm goes off at 6 a.m., and I feel tiny little hands on my cheeks.
No.
Yeah, wait. And I'm thinking to myself, oh God, please don't be awake. Please don't be awake. Before I open my eyes, I am already stressed, right? I have not opened my eyes and I'm thinking, please God, let it be a dream, right? But it's not. He's awake. He immediately climbs into bed and he's like, Mama, morning. Yeah, right. You guys are all like, oh, that's so sweet. No, that is not sweet. Because that's just the first statement before he says, I want juice. I want Peppa Pig. Like he's a dictator and his list of demands is 50 deep. Easy, right? Like he's like, I need to go to the bathroom. I need this. I need help with everything in my entire life, right? And I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I got this, right? I'm owning it. I've got it. So I get him up and I'm like, it's fine. I'm gonna get you juice. I'm gonna put you on the couch. You can watch Peppa Pig, right? I can't get the Roku to work.
Oh.
Right? The machine that has Peppa, which basically Dutch takes as I have abused him, right? And he immediately breaks completely down and is screaming, Mommy Pig! Mommy Pig! By the way, he calls me Mommy Pig, right? Yeah, there's a fun fact. If you have a toddler, don't invest in Peppa, because if you do, you too will be Mommy Pig. Yeah, that's a nickname we all covet, right? Yeah, especially for the chubby gal. Not cool. So he's screaming about Mommy Pig. I can't get it to work. I take him back to my room and it's fine. I think, okay, it's fine. I'll put you in my bed. You can watch Peppa in here. He turns it way up. And then I decide, okay, I've got to jump in the shower. I get in the shower. Immediately, I hear tiny footprints on the concrete next to me. And what do I see? A tiny human also in the bathroom. Because who doesn't love that, right? And I'm like, what's going on, Dutch? And then he says the magic words, I gotta poop. Oh! Fantastic! Because nothing feels spring clean like a person pooping right next to you. Right? And I've somehow got to wipe him while I'm in the shower.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah. He had to back his rump up to the shower so that I could somehow try to get him. This is how it's going. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. I got this. I've got it. I'm motivated. I'm feeling fine. We get out. I get dressed. Not an easy task, by the way, when you're feeling chubby, right? I tried on at least 9 outfits. All of them looked bad. Tried on a 10th. Still looked bad, but it was stretchy. That's why it won, right? Yeah, not good, not good. I get him dressed. He doesn't like his clothes. Of course he doesn't, because why would he on this morning, right? 14 outfits later, he finally has on clothes, which does not have underpants. Right? He's like, you forgot to put on I don't have any underpants on. And I'm like, just put them on, Dutch. Just find an underpants, right? Just get the underpants, Dutch! He goes to his drawer. He opens the drawer. There are no underpants in the drawer. Mommy has not done laundry. There are no underpants. Right? Let's conclude a little bit further down this story. When finally, at only a half hour late at this point, I get all of my stuff gathered. I have no makeup on and I think that's fine. I'll do it at the office. At least, by God, I will be out of here. Right? I walk to the car. I open my purse. There are no keys. Yeah. And my options are to go back into that disaster of a house or to call Uber. And guess what I did?
Uber.
I called Uber. That's right, Jasmine. Because I was not going back. And he's at the window. I saw him and miss you. And I'm like, it is not mutual. Thank God for school, right? So I get in the Uber and I have them bring me here. Then I have to go to CVS to buy all new makeup because, again, it was locked in the car. And that is the result of my morning. And I thought to myself, there is no better time to start a conversation about mental strength than today. So my first topic on mental strength, how do we stay mentally strong? Well, it's very appropriate because it's called embracing alone time.
Oh.
Right? Here's the thing, is for years, I'm a single mom now. I'm doing it by myself. He's at my house all the time. We're together all the time, and I love it. But you cannot maintain mental calmness in stressful situations if you genuinely are never alone. You have to carve out time in your week. And keep in mind, I said in a week. That does not mean that like, hey, I took 2 hours last Thursday and I feel great. No, you have to have alone time. You have to have some time to think in your own head the thoughts that you need to get out there. And for years, I thought that is the stupidest thing. That is for weak people. How dare anybody take alone time? Like, that's selfish, right? Because Lacey loves to ride her high horse around town. So I thought that's ridiculous. And now that I have started doing it, P.S., because I was like damn near a mental breakdown, so I had to, right? I'm telling you, it is a miracle, right? So find something that you can do by yourself. And don't feel guilty or feel like you're costing something or that someone in your life is not getting what they need. You have to do it because the reality is you are doing it for them. This morning when Dutch was screaming about Peppa Pig, it was all I could do to not become the mother whose like head spun around and like pea soup, came out of my mouth and I said every curse word possible in front of a 3-year-old, right? But that would not have been good for his long-term mental health because he wouldn't have trusted mommy, right? Once mommy takes one of your dolls and beats it in front of you, you have some concerns. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to lose control. So how do you maintain control? You do the things that you have to do for yourself leading up to it. I did hold it together this morning, but by golly, it was by the hair on my chinny chin chin, right? And if I had not have taken Wednesday off, which is something that I'm trying to do now, I don't know that I could have done it. So guys, embrace alone time. We're going to talk about being mental warriors. We're going to talk about how to get through all of the mental hurdles that we all face, because I know that I'm not alone with the morning debacle that I had today, right? I know that we all have those mornings. We watched Russ have his own too. He was freaking out about his thing not working. It's normal. It's normal to have these moments of where you start cold sweating and you're in sheer terror, right? So take some alone time for yourself this week. That's the order from Dr. Lacey. I am not allowed to say that. That is not legally true.